all day long to see if those showers will hold together. This has been the big question since yesterday, and normally a day out the forecast is pretty much a given, but these models have not done a great job of indicating what, if anything, the rain would do. Now, we have seen some pop-up showers earlier, a couple of isolated thunderstorms on the North Shore, but really what our focus has been is that complex of rain that has been moving in from southwestern Louisiana. This actually began over Houston and southeastern Texas. However, that was much more active with severe weather and flooding. It was anticipated that that would be weakening as it moved our way, and that has certainly been the case. So the big question is, over Metro New Orleans, we've got nothing. Will these showers, what little remains, hold together by the time they get here? Maybe a few isolated showers, but I think at the fairgrounds, we're not going to have any big issues. One thing that was positive earlier in the day was the amount of lightning that we saw within these thunderstorms had really started to come down to where now there are no thunderstorms associated. So these storms have been weakening. As I mentioned, the models have not done a great job. The high resolution model indicating still very active storms south of Baton Rouge. That is just not the case. But notice it does indicate kind of that gradual weakening. However, keeping in mind that the storms are not as active as the model is indicating, I think we're going to see far less than what this model is anticipating through the next couple of hours. So few showers, yes. I don't think we're going to see anything particularly heavy. And in fact, through the evening, Storm Prediction Center kept us under a low-end threat of severe weather. That is just not going to happen as these storms have been weakening. And as far as any kind of a flooding outlook, which remains in place through this evening from the weather predictions, that too is not going to be a concern. At least with the cloud cover today, we kept our high temperatures down 84 degrees, just a couple of degrees above average. Mostly cloudy skies to overcast did keep us a little milder, I won't say cooler. 70-degree dew point still gives us a little bit of a heat index, but it wasn't as warm as it was yesterday. 70s and low 80s outside right now. We're not going to get the added benefit of some rain cooled air that we saw out to our west, but again, with Jazz Fest, we didn't want to have to deal with any rainfall. 60s and 70s for our dew points, so that high humidity in place with a little bit of a breeze. We'll likely start to see stronger winds going into next week. What helped us out, and something I was mentioning yesterday, why I didn't think these storms were going to hold together as they moved our way. They were far more potent out over southwestern Texas or southeastern Texas and southwestern Louisiana because that upper disturbance was much closer. That is lifting away. Now, there are indications that we're going to see kind of a similar setup during the day tomorrow, and those storms are already developing out over west and central Texas. So as we looks like we're getting a clear rest of the evening from the rainfall tonight, it may not be the case tomorrow. We could see some spotty to scattered showers developing in the morning and more likely to see some rainfall during the day tomorrow. Now, this model doesn't indicate much of anything, and it may be the case that what complex of storms will be moving our way weakens as well. Kind of a similar setup. A little upper disturbance will be moving up to the northeast, and that will help to weaken the storm. So we will see, keeping the mention of some rainfall in the forecast for tomorrow, but it may be that most of it stays off to our west, and kind of like today, we luck out and those storms weaken before they get here. So I've got that 50% chance for some showers in, but I'm not as set in stone or as confident in that number for Friday. We definitely look to be drier but hotter as we head into Saturday and Sunday. And speaking of hotter, we're going to be focusing on the heat as we head into next week with temperatures getting into the 90s. This would be earlier than our average. The average first 90-degree reading at MSY is May 18th. We'll be beating that by several days. 82 our high tomorrow. Definitely mostly cloudy skies. The question on how much rainfall actually moves into our area. Drier with a spotty shower chance this weekend. Then the heat makes its comeback from last year with likely the first 90 at some point next week.